And good morning at 7:04 on this Wednesday, August 27th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. A wonderful Wednesday to you. We're glad to have you with us and glad to be on the air for Cedarstone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Donaldson, Simple Banking, Simply Better. Bob McDonald is with us this morning, President, CEO. Bob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman. Great to be with you.
Well, how are you?
I'm doing great. I enjoyed when I dialed in. I got to say hi to Billy, and usually MJ answers, so I enjoyed hearing Billy's voice. And if you will, pass along my good mornings to MJ, and Susan sends her greetings to all of you this morning.
Well, hopefully Susan's doing as well as you are.
Yeah, she's doing great, and we're doing real well. And hard to believe this summer's somewhat wrapping up. That's always a kind of a melancholy time for me. Spring and summer's my favorite time of year, but that's okay. We're getting ready for a beautiful fall, I'm sure.
Yep, no doubt. And then it will be that cold weather that comes in that you and I don't like as much, but more or less endure, right?
That is very true. That's very true. Before we get into whatever it is we're going to talk about, I want to thank you and Mark Hinesley for filling in for me last week. That scheduling mess up was my responsibility, so my apologies to y'all. And I saw Mark later that day at his monthly luncheon, and he said, "Hey, Coleman and I did such a good job, you might not want to come back and just let us handle it for you each Wednesday."
That sounds like Mark.
Yeah, so I got back to the office and I listened to the recording, and y'all did a terrific job. So I think I will just hand this over to the two of you from now on. Y'all did a great job. Thank you.
In thinking about that later in the day, I thought we did okay until I remembered we did not at all mention your free checking. I don't think we did, and I'll apologize for that because that's something we always get around to, nearly always.
Well, I didn't even notice if you did not bring that up. Y'all just did a nice job talking about the bank and the years that Mark and I go back, I'd say 30 years when Susan and I and our family first moved to Wilson County. Mark was one of the first folks I met. He was a business owner at the time, and I met him through the chamber, and then, of course, he became the chamber president a few years after that. So he and I go back a long way, just like you and I do. I appreciate you all covering for me.
All right, well, what's the latest at Cedarstone?
Well, we're busy, Coleman. We're wrapping up the month of August, obviously, and we're just continuing to experience a really good year. We're having really good growth overall. Our loans are growing very strong and steadily and exceeding our expectations, as are deposits. We're doing all types of loans, home loans. People are buying homes, they're refinancing, they're doing home renovations. Businesses are investing in their companies, they're buying equipment. People are buying vehicles. So we're seeing loans in every category, as we are seeing growth in deposits. People are saving their money, and they're doing certificates of deposits, and they're putting money into their money market accounts. And of course, we're opening a lot of those free checking accounts. And so we are just real pleased with how the year is shaping up, and we expect it to continue that all the way to the end of the year.
And we're still waiting for the Fed to lower interest rates a little bit, and still think they will, don't we? Don't you?
Yes, it's certainly looking that way coming when they meet next month. There's just so much pressure being placed on the Fed to lower rates, and I believe that there is certainly room to lower them at least a quarter of a point. Any inflation we're seeing is not a result of what would normally cause inflation, and so it certainly is not tariffs or anything like that. So I think a quarter of a point would go a long way, as you and I have discussed many weeks on your show together. That it'll do probably more emotionally for the economy and for consumers and businesses than it will monetarily. So I'm in favor of a 0.25% rate drop, and I think that's what we're going to see when they meet. next month.
All right, we've got about a minute to talk about free checking. Bob, have we lost you?
Yeah, hey, I cut out over there just for a moment, but I think where you were going, it's time to talk about simply free checking. And, and we will wrap it up there. It is free, Coleman. You can, if you want to write your checks, we provide checks for free. If you want to do your banking electronically, we provide second to none electronic and technology banking. So your listeners who currently bank with us, we thank them for doing that and for trusting us. And for your listeners who don't bank with us, we invite them to come by and visit. Come in one of our beautiful offices and meet our great people.
All right. Thanks so much for being with us today. We'll do it again next Wednesday, Bob.
Thanks, Coleman.
Bob McDonald, President, CEO, Cedar Stone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Donaldson. Simple banking, simply better. And we are 10 minutes after 7 o'clock, and it is this Wednesday that we're going to be talking about notes for nurses, and this involves Cumberland University. And believe it or not, Rusty Richardson is right here with us this morning with a special guest that he has brought. Rusty, it's not the second Wednesday in the month, but we appreciate you being with us this morning.
Well, thanks, Coleman. Thanks for the invitation. It's not often I get to be out here twice a month, so I appreciate that.
Well, we know the importance of notes for nurses, and I think it's a good story to tell, and we've no doubt got the right person here to, along with you, to share this information with our audience this morning.
Yes, we do, and I'm pleased to have Teresa Shelton, who serves as the co-chair, one of the co-chairs with Crystal Hawkins for this year's event. Before I turn it over to her, though, I do want to point out to the listeners that this is the first week of school at Cumberland. It started on Monday. We had our official convocation ceremony that kicks off the school year. And I know I've talked before about the tradition we have when we have all the freshmen in the gym for that ceremony. We give them a card that has the words to the alma mater and the Cumberland Creed. And we ask that they write anything on that card that may be a hindrance or a concern or a hurdle that would stop them from being successful in their first year. And then when the ceremony is over, they do a recessional out of the gym by the Phoenix Fire Pit, the heart of the Phoenix, and they cast those concerns into the fire. Lifts those burdens off of them. It's a great, and for many of them, a very moving ceremony. It takes a weight off their shoulders. So that officially began, and we've got a whole bunch of nursing students that just started. So with that segue, we'll go to Notes for Nurses and introduce Teresa Shelton, who's been one of the great co-chairs this year. She's been on the committee in the past, but doing a great job.
Well, Teresa, good morning to you.
Good morning.
We are glad to have you. You were telling me this morning that you've been here at least once. You've been here at least once before on Coleman and Company.
That's correct. Many years ago.
What has sparked your interest in this?
Well, I was asked to be on the committee, probably 7 years ago. And I just see the real need for nursing in our community as well as across the state of Tennessee. There is a shortage of nurses. Nurses have a hard time, some affording college, the tuition. We have a lot of single moms that try to go back to get their nursing degree. They have child care concerns and just the whole financial burden of trying to go and get your nursing degree, work, and all the things that come together. So we just see the need of trying to raise money for scholarships, the need for nurses in our community.
And this is one of those ways to do that, and I think it's something that's this is not the first time. This has been going for a while and has raised quite a bit of money and helped a lot of people, as I understand it.
That's correct. Beth McCall was the one who had the idea and got together the first Notes for Nurses, and she chaired last year.
All right, we could, since we've talked about this and since we're going to a break here in a couple of minutes, we want to let everybody know when this is, if there's still tickets available. You've got all that information, right?
I do. The event is September the 5th. It starts 5:30 for the VIP. That will end at 6:30. Doors will open at 6:30 for those that have purchased tickets. The event's from 6:30 to 10:30. It's going to be at the Expo Center at the fairgrounds. There will be a live band there. Soul Incision. It is all made up of medical professionals. Most of them, I believe, are surgeons. Is that correct, Rusty?
I believe, yes.
So that's how they developed the name Soul Incision. And Dr. Wright Pinson, who's the president of Vanderbilt Health Affiliated Network, is one of the members and also sits on the board for Cumberland.
The first time I heard the expression notes for nurses, I wasn't sure at all what that means, but of course we're talking about musical notes. You could say music, but notes for nurses is more poetic or whatever.
Correct. When the original Notes for Nurses began, it was singers and songwriters, and they would come and just have, do a slow songwriting session, or just get up on stage and all the singers and songwriters would play. It's kind of evolved over the years to, I think, a DJ one year, and then it's become live bands.
Right. All right. And this is on September 5th.
Correct.
Are there tickets still available?
There's tickets still available. We are getting near capacity, almost at capacity. We discussed Monday night whether to stop ticket sales on Friday, but definitely they will be stopped on Monday.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a break right here. More coming up on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get a battery installed on most vehicles. $199.95. Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Starting a little bit heavier down 65 southbound, coming out of Goodlettsville, working your way down past Rivergate Parkway as it starts to get heavier now. 24 westbound as you come up through Antioch. There at Bell Road, Hickory Hollow Parkway, you got all that traffic building now in from Rutherford County, Murfreesboro on 24 westbound, headed up into the Antioch area. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken has live entertainment starting tonight at 6 o'clock. Order online throughout the day. It's easy, princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Hey, this is Dr. Derek Gregory, and I'm proud to announce to you the opening of our brand new dental practice, Gregory Dental Group, at 1746 West Main Street, just across the road from Sports Village. Come experience modern dentistry at its best. We're always welcoming new patients, and I truly look forward to taking the best care of all your dental needs. Come by or call us today.
That's Gregory Dental Group, 615-444-0322, or online at myLebanonTNDentist.com. Gregory Dental Group, compassion, knowledge, skill.
Bob's a great guy.
And we continue here on this Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. We're featuring Cumberland University's Notes for Nurses this morning. And Teresa Shelton is in the spotlight. She's the Notes for Nurses co-chair. And Rusty Richardson is here, just sort of a tag-along this morning. I've got to say this in front of you, Rusty, and our listening audience and our live Facebook audience and whatever. You do whatever needs to be done for Cumberland University, and I've seen you in action in a lot of different ways, from being here every month to do the program to watching you put up chairs in the auditorium for a meeting at Cumberland. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Dr. Stum has told me he only wants me working half-time. And he doesn't care which 12 hours of the day that is, the first 12 or the second 12. But it's there are some days I wish it was only 12.
Well, back to our Notes for Nurses. This is an annual event, and we have determined this is the 9th annual one. And the reason there's a little counting here is because during COVID, there was a lapse in maybe a year or two that you didn't have this, right, Teresa?
Correct.
Yeah. And so this is it's been going for more than 9 years, but this is the 9th annual one, if you can understand what we're saying here. And a few tickets are still left. Now, what's the best way to find out about tickets?
I'll take that one. The easiest way is just go to the Notes for Nurses website. It's www.notesfornurses.com. You can purchase your tickets right there. The tickets are $125 per person for general admission or $200 for a VIP ticket, which entitles you to come into the reception that starts at 5:30.
Okay. All right. And again, it's going to be on September the 5th. And this is you've raised quite a bit of money over the years. Eight previous times, a lot of money has been raised. And now, is this earmarked strictly for nursing scholarships?
All money raised goes to nursing scholarships.
What about applying for this, and how I guess you've got all of that set up where the people can apply and
yes, all that's done through our financial aid office. There are application processes that they go through every year to determine the need, and there are some scholarships that have a couple of extra stipulations, whether or not it's a non-traditional student or someone coming back to school, things like that. But the need is so great because, as Teresa pointed out, there's such a shortage of nurses, and many are doing this as a second career or an opportunity to go back to school if they weren't able to do that earlier. And I love to tell the story of my mother, who became a nurse, but she got married very young, had 4 rambunctious kids, but always wanted, well, I was the angel of the group. But she always wanted to be a nurse. And after the 4 children were raised and out of college, she went to nursing school. She got her nursing degree when she was about 50 years old and spent the rest of her career doing what she loved, being a nurse. So it's something that, people take different paths to becoming nurses, but the need is so critical.
And no question about that. And hopefully the pay is fairly rewarding. It's I don't think people seem to, most people that I've had anything to do with know about regarding nursing, it seems to be more a calling than it does just a money-making venture. Would you agree with that?
I agree. The money is good being a nurse, but unless you have the heart and the calling and the desire to care and give the best care to your patient, you're not going to be a good nurse. Mm-hmm. You've got to have the heart and you've got to have the calling.
Well, this has been going on, as we said, for a number of years, and no doubt has benefited people, and hopefully it will continue. But, of course, everything is going up. Cost of education has to increase. We've got to keep up with inflation, and so you really need to raise more money now than you did 9 years ago when you started.
Absolutely.
Again, a few more tickets. And when if this is sold out, though, that's really a good sign. That means you still have caring people, and even willing maybe to contribute a little bit more than it did in previous years for the good of the cause here. We talked a little bit about maybe what the appetite of a few for the few tickets that are left. The entertainment, Soul Incision, who are all medical professionals. Either one of you tell us a little bit more about them. Well, you're not one of them, are you?
I am not one of those. I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket if you gave it to me.
Well, that doesn't mean you couldn't play an instrument.
That's true. But they've been performing together for years. They have people that rotate in and out of the group. She mentioned Dr. Wright Pinson. He's actually the drummer in the band. But in addition to his very significant title at Vanderbilt, he is a liver transplant surgeon. But he can beat those drums really, really well. So it's just they have a passion for it, and they're very good at it. We had them last year as well, so the people come out and enjoy that. There will be dancing, and they're a great dance band like that. So it's just going to be a very exciting night.
And the dancing follows dinner.
Yes, that's correct.
And we want to talk about the dinner because you've got a good dinner.
Yes, we do have a good dinner. Jim and Gina Stradley and Sammy Bees are doing the catering for this event. They're one of the approved providers out at the Expo Center. And we're so happy and so grateful for all Jim and Gina do for Cumberland. This summer they hosted the Patrons Party, and they're just very supportive and great members of the community.
Well, you have raised over $600,000 in the past, and you're going to add to that here on September the 5th. Go to www.notesfornurses.com. That's the website, and it's as simple as going there and purchasing your tickets while they last.
Correct.
That's correct.
And there's a deadline, too, for that, and tell us again.
Definitely Monday
All right.
will be the deadline.
All right. Now, and what about sponsors? Do you have any sponsors that you
We have lots of sponsors for this event. The lead sponsor, presenting sponsor, is Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They are always so generous. And they
can sort of connect the dots there, too. They probably need a few nurses from time to time.
Yes, there's a motivation for that because they would hire, if we could graduate 3,000 nurses a year, they would hire every single one of them. I've heard that before from Wright Pinson and others there because, again, such a shortage. They want to get that foot in their door. And there are other hospitals that are also sponsors. TriStar is also a sponsor. And they're the same way. They want to hire our nurses. It's one of those professions where if you make it through the program, you won't ever have to worry about finding a job because that need is so great.
But I understand that if you go through the curriculum at Cumberland, through the requirements to be a nurse, that you usually do well on the exams that follow, then you'll have a great record there, I understand.
Yes, the NCLEX exam is the nurse licensure exam. They have to pass to be a practicing nurse. And for a couple of years in a row, we 100% pass rate. Very few schools in the state have that. This last year it dropped off. I think it was only 98% or maybe 99%. But we're striving for that 100% pass rate once again.
Well, Teresa, no doubt you're very pleased with that, and that's some bragging you like to do.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
All right. I guess that pretty much covers it. Limited tickets are available, $125 individual tickets. VIP is $200. And again, www.notesfornurses.com. That's the easy way to do it. Reception at 5:30 and 6:30 for general admission. And what time will all this be over?
It'll end at 10 o'clock.
Definitely.
Yes,
okay.
It will.
All right, guaranteed. You heard it from Rusty. All right, we've got about 3 minutes left here, and although the primary subject this morning, of course, is Notes for Nurses, but Rusty, there's some upcoming events here that we could focus in on before.
Sure, we always like to keep people informed of this. This Saturday is our opening football game. It'll be away. It'll be at Tennessee Tech, and there's actually a Battle of the Birds going on. Tennessee Tech are the Golden Eagles, and of course Cumberland is the Phoenix. And it's a competition to see which alumni association can raise the most money in 24 hours or 48 hours before the game. So there's some friendly competition going on there. That's this Saturday. We've got several other community events. Next Tuesday on the 9th, we have Kylan's Light, Town Hall meeting in Bear Chapel. That's a program put on by Tim Leeper, talking about prison reform. I know he's been on the show a number of times. Talking about that, and that's open to the public as well. That's on the 9th. On the 13th, of course, the big event in Lebanon is Sherry's Run, and what many people may not realize is Cumberland athletes are the ones that help set up all of Sherry's Run, all the barricades, setting the route. They do about 2,000 volunteer service hours helping with that event. On September 8th on campus, Historic Lebanon will be having their annual Farm to Table dinner. That also is a ticket event. And I share these things, not that they're Cumberland sponsored as much, but it shows Cumberland's commitment to the community and how local organizations can use Cumberland to their benefit. Mm-hmm. We'll be very proud to be hosting that outside on the Phoenix Plaza, rain permitting or weather permitting for that. And then the last thing I wanted to share to people put on their calendars, on October 16th, we have the Hefner Martin annual lecture, and we've got a wonderful speaker coming in, Matthew Dowd. He has been a chief strategist in politics for years. He was the chief strategist for George W. Bush. He's now an announcer and commentator on MSNBC, and he'll be coming in giving a lecture that night that's open to the public in Alumni Hall on October 16th, and there'll be a lot more promotion about that. But those are just a few examples of Cumberland's ties to the community and things that the community can come to Cumberland and enjoy.
Well, thank you both for being with us this morning. Rusty Richardson, Executive Director of Community Relations and External Affairs for Cumberland, and Teresa Shelton, Co-Chair for Notes for Nurses. And Teresa, good to see you again. I wish you much success as you raise money and have this Notes for Nurses once again and fund scholarships.
Thank you.
And thank you both. That's part one of Coleman and Company. Keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota. Ride it off the lot. Ride it off your taxes. Visit Absolute Kubota. Take advantage of the Section 179 tax deduction when you buy new Kubota construction equipment, tractors, RTVs, hay tools, or turf products. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Starting to load up now with more volume as you work your way out of Hendersonville here on Vietnam. Vents westbound, approaching Conference Drive. It's heavy at times. 65 southbound coming out of Goodlettsville there at Rivergate Parkway. It's been slow for a while northbound. 65 up through Spring Hill with all that traffic coming out of Murray County into southern Williamson County on 65 going northbound. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken live entertainment tonight at 6 o'clock. Be sure to order online throughout the day. It's easy. PrincessHotChicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Simple banking, simply better. Since 2004, that's been our motto at Cedarstone Bank. I'm Bob McDonald. We know that financial decisions can sometimes be complicated, but that doesn't mean solutions have to be. Whether you're buying a new home, renovating your existing home, or buying a car, or maybe you're a business that needs to purchase equipment or the building you operate from, we have all the technology that will allow you to do your banking online or on the telephone, or you can come in one of our beautiful branches and see our great people. With locations in Lebanon, Mount Juliet, and Nashville, Cedarstone Bank. Simple banking, simply better.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Everyday Fiestas offers party rentals on everything you need for your special event. Birthdays, weddings, corporate events, they have you covered. Tables, chairs, tents, linens, dance floor, and so much more. Visit their new showroom in Lebanon at 713 East Main Street in the old Ferguson's building. Find them every day at fiestas.com or on Facebook. Everyday Fiestas offers party rentals that can transform your vision into a beautiful reality. Mention this ad to receive 10% off.
We'll have partly cloudy skies for today. Highs will be around 80. Partly cloudy tonight. Lows in the lower to middle 50s. And then mostly cloudy for our Thursday. Highs in the upper 70s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your Severe View forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part two. It's a Wednesday. At this time each Wednesday, we feature Cedar City RV. 1102 Sparta Pike here in Lebanon. Mark Noble is usually with us, and he is this morning to talk about something that claims a lot of his time and is a lot of his livelihood. I think those are fair statements to say. Mark, good morning.
Good morning.
How are things going?
Going good. We're getting ready. We're back in. Fair traffic's gone now, so it affected us a little bit last weekend, but I think we'll be back to normal this week.
If somebody is planning something for Labor Day, needs a little assistance, is it too late?
It's not too late. We still have some opportunities to get you in a camper for the weekend. We have some slots open. We also are starting today, we're going to be loading the store up with a lot of stuff that we've never had before. So a lot of people are getting their campers out. A lot of people love fall camping. So all those little fixed brake parts, door handles, hinges, all the little stuff that you think, oh, I'd need that. We're going to start having that stuff in the store, and we're starting to load it in today.
All right.
So it's stuff we've never carried over the last 10 years, but we really, to the point that we need it now, because we've had customers for 10 years now. Mm-hmm. So those customers are now needing parts for their campers that they didn't need at the beginning, because we sold them new campers, and some things didn't break, but now things are getting old, and we gotta start taking care of those customers as well.
One of the things that my observation of you, I have observed in talking with you and talking about Cedar City RV and all of this, is how much you think about the whole thing and everything, and you do your best not to leave any stone unturned to have whatever is needed, timely stuff, just like what you're talking about this morning.
Yeah, I mean, you've got people right now that are getting out of season, and we need winterization now. We get people calling in September, go, hey, we're done camping, we're through the summer, and they want to winterize. Again, I think it's the best season we're going into, but we have that stuff in stock now. We've got antifreeze in stock if you're needing it right now. Sometimes I tell people, go ahead and buy that early, because when you need it, it's already out at the stores every time. It's like magic. When you need the antifreeze, it's gone. So,
well, you do encourage people to think ahead, plan ahead, be prepared, and that's.
And if you don't, we're still there for you. I mean, some people, you can't plan everything ahead because you don't know what comes up, and when you got something, give us a call. We'll try to squeeze you in sometimes. We don't want you. Sometimes we can get it to where if you've got a leak, we can stop it so you can still go camping, and you might have to use the facilities at the campground, but still let's get you to go camping with your camper, because a lot of people have bathhouses and stuff, and so there's definitely options for you to still go if there's an issue.
I think your inventory is still good, and you have a wide range, including prices. So something for just about any camper is at Cedar City RV.
It is, and as of yesterday, they dropped off 10 new units. I went through the parking lot this morning. There was 4 more. We're going to have about 40 more campers than we had last week. This is, like I said, this is the time of year we want to make sure we pile up one more time and get everything that everybody wants. So definitely the time to check it out is now, because we've got about 40 more units. So I think that's going to put us about 160 on the lot. Usually we keep about 100.
I think another thing we might mention here, I mean, you're really into the camping business, and inventory is great, although it doesn't, you have to bring some more in because sales are good, but you have all the things that you need to go with it. I mean, you're almost a one-stop shop for camping and RVs.
Yeah, we've got the stuff in the store, the sewer hoses, water hose, whatever you need. We've got chairs, we've got rugs. We can order you just about anything if we don't have it. But also we do the roofs, we do replacements if you get in an accident, blow a tire, you need repairs done, we do that. And we trade for anything. That's a little interesting to some people because usually most RV dealers just trade campers for campers. If you've got a truck at home, we'll trade for a truck. We'll literally trade sailboats, regular boats, whatever you got, we can do it. Motorcycles, we can trade. So if you got a motorcycle sitting at home that you're not using and you'd rather take your family camping, give us a call.
And you've been doing this for a while, I think. This is not something new. You've been trading for almost anything for quite some time.
Since day one, we've traded for anything. Yeah.
Well, again, the Labor Day weekend is upon us, and if you need help, they stand ready to help you. And really, you are open 7 days a week.
We're open 7 days a week. We are going to be closed for Labor Day, and then we'll announce on our website if we're going to close this Sunday. But I think we're going to be open Sunday and close Monday.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, you remember their telephone number, and it's fine to call anytime.
Anytime.
You're not there all in 24, but I guess you can leave a message even.
You can leave a message. You can get a hold of us at cedarcityrv.com. You can leave a message right through that portal. And usually if you leave a message at 8 o'clock at night, somebody's responding to you that night. We're not leaving you hanging. So we try to get back to you pretty quick.
All right. Either cedarcityrv.com or just call 615-815-8650. Mark, have a great weekend. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, 22 before the hour. And today, my guest is... help me out, Lauren.
It is our 2025 Miss Wilson County Fair, Heather Day Barber.
All right. Good morning and welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me.
And I've got to say, Lauren, I appreciate you very much. You helped me through some of these interviews when this is your second time here since the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair began. You came during the fair, actually, with the fairs to the fair. And now today, Ms. Wilson County Fair, Heather Barber. So Lauren, thank you very much.
Thank you, Coleman.
We'll find out what's on Lauren's mind this morning. I mean, on Heather's mind. I'm sorry. Well, we already know what's on your mind.
Always the fair, Coleman. It's always the fair.
Bring her to have a good show. Well, speaking of the fair, attendance was down a little bit, but I'm digressing here. But excuse me, Heather. I've got to say this. Randall Clemens was out here earlier, and I was talking about, we're going to be getting to 1 million one of these days, and he says. He didn't say don't count your chickens before they hatch, but in a roundabout way he did. What he said was, we had perfect weather last year and no rain, and it's going to be really something to match last year, and we didn't hardly do it. We had just shy of 800,000 and 861 last year. It was still a great fair, well attended, and I hadn't heard much complaints at all, other than how hot it was first week.
The first 6 days, we had that heat index that was a lot, and it was a lot to handle. The last 4 days started getting a little cooler, and then you noticed our attendance increased each day with that, and we know that it's weather related, but we had a great quality fair. Our volunteers, we had 2,600 volunteers that made it happen in each of their committees. It was just well orchestrated. Our fair office staff, they worked so hard all year, and to see all their planning come into action, we're very proud of our fair.
Okay, you have a lot to do, not only with the Fairs to the Fair, but with the Ms. Wilson County Fair. Our winner is here, of course, and this is something that you have just kind of fallen into, it seems, and really lead the way for these young girls in the Fairs to the Fair, and the young women like Heather here who want to be in the Ms. Wilson County Fair.
Yes, sir. Stephanie Hollis and I actually created this division back in 2018. And there was a need for it. We actually have pageants from newborns all the way up to the most wise ladies in Wilson County. And we just realized that it was an opportunity. We had an age gap there, and we had ladies that were asking us in Wilson County to participate. So we went to our fair board, and they were very supportive of the idea. So here we are.
And we thank you for it.
All right, well, thanks for being with us this morning. And we're finally getting around to the main purpose for the second half of our program this morning, and that's to have you and find out about you and congratulate you on.
Thank you so much.
You're here with the crown on this morning, and no doubt very happy to be Ms. Wilson County Fair.
Absolutely.
Have you been in this before, or was this your first time?
I actually was in it last year, and I placed second.
Okay. This is a good experience, really, overall.
Absolutely. At my age, I participated in pageants as a teenager and a child, but really, really caught the fever when I was a teenager and aged out of it. And throughout my adult life, I've not been able to be in anymore just because, like Lauren said, there was a gap. Mm-hmm. And there was always the Miss Senior pageant, so I just never thought anything about it. And a couple of my friends several years ago started posting about pageants and stuff. And so I started investigating a little bit and noticed that the, local area, the fair, had for my age group. So I decided, why not?
Well, congratulations, and we want to find out a little bit more about you. Are you a native Wilson County?
I'm not. I'm actually a native Macon Countyan, but I do reside in Mount Juliet, and I have lived there for several years. The first place that I moved to whenever I left my parents' house was Wilson County. Yeah. So it's always had a sweet
spot. Tell us a little bit about Lafayette and Macon County growing up. It's not
very small town. Very small town. So for me, growing up there, up in the country, in the hills of Pleasant Shade.
You went to Macon County High School,
yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Pleasant Shade. We've heard a lot about Pleasant Shade.
Yeah, that's where I grew up, and it was just a very small town. So again, Wilson County, Lebanon at the time was big city for me. And we're talking a long time ago. I'm 42, going on 43. So
yeah. What about you have family?
I do. I have a husband, Kyle, and a stepson, Branson, and my daughter is 2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
All right.
Yeah, late in life.
Well, do you work outside the home?
I do. I am a self-employed business owner. I'm a hairstylist and makeup artist, and I work in Mount Juliet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How long you been a hairstylist?
Going on 20 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what? That just an opportunity presented itself? It's something you really wanted to do, or how'd that come about?
It kind of threads into the whole pageantry type thing. I was helping friends get ready for proms and doing their hair and makeup. And my mom did hair growing up. She never worked in a salon, but I always seen her doing hair at the house and stuff, friends and family and such. And whenever I got old enough to try to figure out what I wanted to do, it was never anything that was like, I want to do hair and makeup. I just wanted to get out of the small town. So I came to Lebanon. And I started working in a 8 to 5 Monday through Friday job, and it was crushing my soul. So I had a mentor that talked me into going to cosmetology school, and because she seen that I was good at that, and I decided to continue my education through that, and I've been doing it ever since.
Okay. Well, this is a good place for us to take a break. We need to do that, of course. Heather Barber, Ms. Wilson County Fair, is my guest, and we have Lauren Lefevre's Flat here as well on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and that regular oil change, $39.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, $17.80 Franklin Road. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's been a little bit slow in Williamson County on 840 westbound as you approach the I-65 interchange there. But as you come from Paytonsville, that's been crawling along down 840 westbound, approaching 65. Keep that in mind if you're coming over from Rutherford County and that headed over to that section of Williamson County. They're on 840 westbound at 65. It's really slow. 65 south at Trinity Lane. Still building coming out of Wilson County I-40 westbound as you head into Hermitage. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken has live entertainment tonight at 6 o'clock. Order online, princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
Your Lebanon High football team is back on the field, and we're back in the booth. Join Donald Gann, Joe Gardner, and myself, John Boyce, as the Blue Devils hit the gridiron each week. Lebanon football is brought to you by Bates Ford, Birdine Supply, Fakes and Hooker, Kay Maynard with State Farm Insurance, Denny Salas and the Salas Realty Group, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, Shannon Speck Electric, Sports World, Rackley Roofing Company, Wilson Bank and Trust, and Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell. This Friday, your Blue Devils will have their home opener against Siegel High School. Pre-game at 6:30, kickoff at 7.
We continue here on this, let's see, today is Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. We talked about notes for nurses in the first half, and the second half we get to meet Ms. Wilson County Fair, Heather Barber, and get to see again Lauren Lefevre's Flat. They're both right here live in studio with us this morning. Guess we could get, before we get back, we had a, let's see, this came to you, Lauren, the message just a minute ago.
Oh, yes. I have a message, pretty important message from Wayne Oakley. Go Balls, baby.
To each his own.
Yes, yes. Big orange.
Sometimes Wayne not only sticks the knife in, he twists it a little bit after he gets it in. But anyway, well, he is a very faithful Vol fan. We all know that.
Yes, rightfully so.
I just wonder if he works as hard being a Vol fan, works harder being a Vol fan than he does as an architect. Well, Heather, back to you. You were telling us how that you had been in this pageant before and finished runner-up, I believe. Is it just 2 times that you've been in it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It was
and one this year. Now, Lauren, is there something to go to after this, a state contest?
She will not have any further pageants. She has several appearances throughout the year. Of course, her reign is a full year. So she has our Fair Volunteer Appreciation Dinner. She'll go and thank all of our volunteers for all of their hours. And then she'll have her Christmas parades. So we've got 3 of those. And our Miss Senior Wilson County is Debbie Stevens. And she has some appearances as well that they will be making some very special appearances throughout the year. So we'll keep you posted as those come up.
Right. And I know that you're really greatly involved in 2 out of the 3. You're not as involved in Miss Senior Wilson.
That's correct.
Right. Mm-hmm. But you get to accompany the fairs to the fair and Ms. Wilson County Fair as you are today. Now, you no doubt look forward to what's ahead here. If nothing else, getting to make appearances from time to time.
Absolutely.
Might even be in a parade or 2.
Yeah,
You've
of
probably
course.
already been in.
I've already got my wave.
Above the heart, below
queenly
the
wave.
crown, you know.
As far as doing this, how many were competing with
In
you?
my category, there were 12.
Okay, so that's a nice number. Sometimes
Beautiful women.
It seems that some years we have more participants than others, and I don't know what the reason is. Of course, we know in the fairs to the fair, you have the age limitation there more. But what is it for Ms. Wilson County Fair?
I mean, I always say with pageants, it takes a lot of courage to believe in yourself enough to sign up for a pageant.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of people getting behind you to say you have
100%.
nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. Get up there, try, put yourself out there.
Easier said than done.
It is. Our Fairs the Fair pageant, they have an interview. And a lot of those 16-year-olds have not even had a job interview yet. So just the word interview is intimidating.
Yeah.
And for our Miss Wilson County Fair pageant, they're 22 to 59-year-olds. And we do have an on-stage question. So again, they do have to do their introduction on stage. So public speaking is a huge part of their role throughout the entire year. Mm-hmm. So we have to have those elements included in our judging rubric. So that's intimidating to a lot of people, along with just the courage to get on stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what was it like for you? How intimidating was that? Or was it a piece of cake?
I will say last year was my first year in 20 years stepping foot back on a stage. And it was 2 years after having my first and only child. So last year was a lot more intimidating than this year. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a God thing. But I was just washed over with calmness. I did have several of the ladies backstage. We prayed backstage multiple times. And one of the ladies, particularly Dawn, she prayed over me. And I'm going to get emotional about it. But it was just a bunch of wonderful women, and this year was a very, very just peaceful experience for me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you probably matured a lot from last year
Absolutely.
to this year. And emotionally, in the way you feel out before the audience in answering the questions, the whole thing.
Yeah, and the question this year was, I think anybody could have answered it that stepped on stage. But my question this year was, what made you decide to do the Wilson County pageant? So that I think, that was a well-rounded question, and each person has their own personal experience, and they're answering that.
Well, have you already told us most of the answer?
Kind of. My answer was my daughter. Oh. I personally love pageants. I love being on stage. I love the modeling aspect of it. Of course, getting dolled up at our age is not something that we get to do that often. So that's always a nice thing to do. Put on a pretty dress and put on your full face and makeup and everything. But my daughter was my main reason of being on it. I wanted to show her and other women at our age that you're capable of doing anything, conquer your fears, no matter, your body dysmorphia, your discomfort, step up to the plate and just put your best foot forward.
Well, you have had a challenge. Let's anybody that goes into business, and really, whether you're, I think, in what you do here, even if you are working for somebody, you're still working for yourself and have your own customers and so on. So, how you conduct business, there's some challenges there to have to meet. And I mean, of course, you're there to make money, make a living. This is a little bit different, but it's a challenge to go and put your best foot forward, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I do think that it has helped me throughout the years to mature and be able to speak in different types of situations. Just, meeting different guests every single day and having different kinds of conversations with them, whether it be life situations, struggles that they're going through, divorces, loss, or marriage, happiness, children, so on and so forth. It's allowed me to be more well-rounded in my conversation.
Well, as you look to the future, the next 5 years, 10 years, anything you're going to change necessarily? You're going to continue what you're doing now, being a hairdresser and so on?
Absolutely. Now, my body is breaking down a little bit. It is a very physical job. It's tiresome, and I am pulling away just a little bit, but I will continue to work until I can't. I mean, that's just my personality.
What are some of the things you might do for recreation, or are you interested in sports, or I mean, do you play a musical instrument, or do you like to do vacations? We talked about Cedar City RV.
I know, I love camping. I love camping. My parents are actually going camping this weekend. Whenever he mentioned that, I thought of that. But love camping. Would love to go more if I could. Love traveling. I love working in the garden, working in the dirt. I love working outside. I will fight my husband over mowing the lawn. I love learning. Just recently, I've started learning and picking up on herbalism and natural home remedies. I love learning about that. Every so often, about every 3 years, I don't know what it is, but I start craving to learn a new thing. And I definitely want to learn. I don't play any instruments. Kind of bitter about that. My mom played piano, or she still plays piano, and never taught me. But still, I want to take some lessons, and maybe, just maybe, one day, whenever my time comes to be a Miss Senior,
yes, girl,
Wilson County, that will be my talent. I don't know yet.
Well, you're not sitting still. You're active and
constantly evolving. Yeah. Try.
Well, that's got to be a good thing. There's too many people really who if they have opportunity to go sit under the shade tree and do nothing, and that's I can tell that's not you.
Well, I mean, on occasion it is. I need to rest.
But you're active. You haven't sat down and quit.
No.
And it sounds like you don't plan to, not for the foreseeable future.
I'll try not to.
Yeah. And what about your little girl? How old is she?
2.5.
Okay.
She turns 3 in December. She was a Christmas baby.
Oh.
So, what kind of hopes and plans do you want to talk about for her, maybe?
Well, she is a very vivacious, very stubborn, independent young one.
Leader.
Yes, thank you for lack of a better term, leader. And I definitely don't want to squash that spirit by any means, but it is hard raising a child, at this age, that tiny and so headstrong. She definitely has leader in her future. I can guarantee you that.
Anything you want to say about your husband? Hopefully he's listening this morning.
He's a very hard worker. He works very hard for his family. He's very loving and caring. He helped me get ready, and he took the little one to daycare this morning so I could be here.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. We're glad to have had you here, and we've got about 2 minutes. Lauren, is there anything else we need to cover here? What am I leaving out, or am I leaving out anything?
No, actually, all the questions that I told her I felt you would ask, you have asked, Coleman.
I don't have a boyfriend. I have a husband.
Yes. I did warn Callie about that because I had heard her conversations numerous times throughout the week. And I said, just so you know, Coleman will ask you, let's talk about a boyfriend. And then when you said it, it was almost the exact quote. So it was fun. It was fun. So I did tell her, I was like, you're going to have to discuss about your boyfriend. She goes, oh, I love my husband.
Well, that is great. As you think about the future, though, you still plan to do what you're doing right now as far as livelihood. You're a hairdresser.
Yes, sir.
That's probably not going to change.
No, that's who I am at my core. Yeah. I mean, that's my identity is doing hair and makeup.
Maybe slow down a little when you can, a little vacation, a little RV.
Absolutely. I would love a little camper. I mean, obviously not so little because the children, but I would love to go camping more. I so want to travel. I want to travel abroad, though. There's several places in the United States that I definitely want to travel to, but Italy and Scotland and Ireland are my top places that I would want to travel.
All right. Well, you have been a delightful guest this morning, Heather Barber.
Thank you for having me.
Wilson County Fair, thanks for being with us. And thank you to your husband for taking care of the little one this morning so you could be here. Lauren Lefever's Flat, it's just always good to see you. You're a vital cog in the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair, and we appreciate you very much.
Coleman, we appreciate you. Thank you.
That is going to do it for Wednesday. We hope you'll join us tomorrow for Coleman and Company. Till then, I wish you a wonderful day.